and it was there for several years. And it was on a couple of different blogs. I have some images of it. That got painted over. Somebody bought it and turned it into like a llama alpaca clothing store. So it was like, hot pink with like llama clothes everywhere, but it was weird. So that's gone. And then I had another one. I have some that survived back in Ohio on the backs of like old coffee shops, and I did old on the nightclub ones. And then I have
are those similar to
pretty
style?
much like this, but they were actually, I think all the ones back there were mushrooms. It was really weird. Went through this phase of painting every type of mushroom you can imagine. So those were, but they were definitely this style of hyper detailed. And then the only surviving one I have now is at a place called the Sultan Cafe up on 18th and Raleigh, and it's a Mediterranean and a hookah bar. And I had done. And this was actually like photorealism, so it was the Dome of the Rock, Dome of the Rock Temple in Jerusalem, and it had the dome. I mean, I worked from like hundreds of photographs to get this exactly right with the Arabic writing. I did all the faux marble pillars. It was like an interior design project.
Wow!
And that whole place survives, so that's still there. I think it's my lasting. But it's detailed, but it's not the surreal element at all. It's just photorealism. So you know what I mean? Yeah.
Let's show off some of your work. Can we just do a little walkthrough?
Yeah. We can take the wall, the entry wall of art.
This is incredible. All right, I'll follow you.
Okay, so this one was a bigger, older one. This one's actually almost all pastel, so it's really not a lot of painting in this. I mean, painting in this one all. This is probably, I think it says 2000 something, 2007, 2006. So that was a big piece for me, and this is that Wanderers series I was talking about. And then here are some bigger pieces of my, the more what I've known for surrealist.
All right,
pieces.
so this is what it looks like from far back. And then as we get closer, you're going to like really understand and appreciate this detail.
The little New York City, the size of a blade of grass. And don't forget the coffee cup.
Yeah, this coffee cup here. And then down here, where was it? So small, I can't even find it. There's a city there. And a city here. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I have a couple. I like, my favorite is, I think my favorite one is probably that one, that up on the right. That was a self-portrait, actually, piece. And it was really about not relating, basically relating to, either other creative people and or anybody like that. It was really kind of like a self-portrait of me as a tree, which is hard to describe, but that's what that is.
Wow.
And then there's the 3D one you might want to...
Yeah, I'm really excited that you're doing more of these.
Yeah.
Take 2.
Yeah, those are pretty... It was fun to do. There's even like a little light bulb and porch lamp up underneath the roof. It doesn't turn on, but it'd be really cool if I could figure out a way to make it, like that.
Just incredible.
And then these are some larger ones. This is a triptych, actually. It kind of all goes together, and you can, where one part continues and ends, you can kind of see where they line up, but you can mix and match so that basically these things continue over here, and then this building continues with this, and so I tried to make it so it was like interchangeable.
Rock on. And then you got your pen and ink stuff over
my
here.
Pen and ink. These range there's 10, 15 years.
Do you still do any of these? Pen and ink?
Yeah. I'm always doing pen and inks. Yeah, some of these are pretty recent. These are just little doodles, the small ones.
He's got a massive amount of work here.
This is just what's framed. I have boxes. Yeah. This is the one of the old, probably the oldest one on the wall, but I'm really drawn to that. I don't know. There's something about this that feels a little.
What's the price difference between like a pen and ink and one of like a painted?
There's quite a bit of difference. And the pen and inks are less. You know, they're black and white. You know, friends think they should be the same. Or more, I don't know. I you know, but they're actually, you know, not. I'm trying to think of the price range. There's a few $100s different, if not more, between them for the same size thing. So, but some of the older ones, like, you know, I have very few pieces from this period of time or this. This one was super, super strange. I used to do them growing out of water. So I don't have a lot of that. I try to hold on to some of kind of my, like, you know, my... Just for historical sake.
And more over here.
When I die, though, and people are like, that one's for
Dibs!
So, and then these are more of the Wander pieces, and then the surrealist stuff, which most people know me for. This is probably most typical of my style, with, you know, the iconic windows hanging, clocks, portals, stairwells, running water. Yeah, and then towers, really elaborate towers. So I really think they lend themselves to some type of a you know, like what I was saying earlier, a story or some type of something.
For sure.
So I'd like a writer just to go crazy with that part. This one's kind of deconstructed. This is old. Here. This one's a little. There's some here I was doing with a little bit of relief.
Can I touch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Wow. That's neat.
Yeah. Kind of mid-relief. So like, I like really funky shapes, so you can obviously, like, that's a...
Oh yeah, you were saying you don't typically like to work in like boxes.
Yeah, you know, I've done like we do these like 8x8 shows. I've done so many squares, or even just normal shape, like, you know, the 16x20 and the 8x10 is just so blah, and I just like, it's just so common, you know what I mean? Because it's a standardized size, and even the art stores are carrying less and less unusual shapes. I was just in there checking it, and they're standardizing even more. And I'm trying to become even more unstandard, as you know, I'm going with the artwork. So when I'm working in a standard shape like that, it's you know, it's really hard to like think of something new after you've done like 150 you know, of the same size. And so that's why I like these long skinny ones, triangles, hexagons. If anybody wants to make me a really weird canvas and say, can you paint on this, I'm more than willing to do that. Send something.
I know you've done collaborations like this with the a wood burner did the wood burning.
Oh yeah, this is Paul, who has the gallery downstairs and the thing. He just some framing mostly. So this was a collab where he actually took some of my paintings we had a show there last fall, and he just took some of it and he did wood burning and continued some of the elements of the work. We're going to work with, this is something coming up too, that we're going to work on some bigger ones more with maybe some wider wood, some really elaborate pieces that are going to be pretty intense.
Is that a goal of yours, I guess, to collaborate with other artists
I like
more
to
often?
collaborate. Some have worked out really well, and some haven't. So it's just weird. Collaborations, and I'm more than willing to try collaboration. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's hard because artists really approach things from different ways sometimes, and sometimes they're right on, or even if you're like parallel, you can just kind of miss the point of what you're doing with the work.
Right.
So it's really, you know, it's fine tuning a lot of those like kind of intricacies, and it's hard to do. But I mean, the ones that I mean, it's really rewarding to do.
What I want to do is I want to give you some of my photographs and have you paint over them and just be like, I don't even care. You can just have it, paint over it, please.
I can do that.
I'm gonna, yeah. I guess I don't really have a whole. Well, actually, I do have one more thing. Let's go back over here.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you this really quick.
Uh-huh.
I'll find a flyer. So I hold a gallery out of my home for the fourth effing Friday of every month.
Oh, I forgot this, right.
In 2 days, I think, is going to be the fourth Friday of February. So, gallery at my home, free booze, free food. We're going to paint on the walls, give away a bunch of art from a bunch of artists. $5 donation or more will get you a raffle ticket so you can win art. So, Chuck, you're
there. Okay,
there you go. You're more than welcome to come visit.
This on Friday, right?
Yeah,
this Friday.
come
Yeah,
check
I was
it
planning
out,
on it, so
drink
cool.
some wine, hang out, see
on the
what it's
wall.
like. Please paint on the wall.
Maybe this big of a piece of it.
That would, I mean, then that little piece is going to be worth something on my wall, right? But I'm asking all of the artists that I interview in February if they don't mind showing for the gallery in March.
Oh, sure.
Fourth Friday of
Fourth
March.
Friday, March.
March 27th. You can come. You can bring some pieces, hang them up on the wall. Live music.
Oh, awesome.
And then I ask all of the artists if there's like a small piece that they wouldn't mind donating for the raffle.
Oh, for the raffle?
Just trying to earn money for the Art Life video blog and the fourth effing Friday because it's really expensive.
I bet. This is a lot of work, a lot of time, you know, and anything that's creative endeavors really need to be supported. So
Right.
you can count me in on that.
For sure, man.
Cool.
I really appreciate it.
All right.
Do you have any last comments, questions, concerns?
No, not so
Words
much.
of
I mean, I'm glad you
wisdom.
came over. You know, this is exciting. You know, maybe
Yeah.
next time, one time I'll to my other little studio. It's
Yeah,
kind of more my
I definitely-
manufacturing studio. But
And I plan on revisiting some of the interviews that we've done. So yeah, let's do another interview in the future
Cool.
at your next or at your other
yeah,
studio.
my other space. Cool.
All right, this is the Art Life
See
video
you
blog.
later.
We love